There's a real blurred line between to-do list applications and daily planners, and they're sort of very similar, and we've gotten used to to-do list applications evolving over the last couple of years. Today I wanted to give you a bit of clarity on the differences between a daily planner and a to-do list, and which one should you go for out of these two options. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Sanebox. Here's a little bit more about them.
Today's video is sponsored by Sanebox. It's great to have them back, and if you're looking to get that inbox all tidied and cleared, it is a great solution that's out there. So they've got 3 features that are pretty powerful and many more. Sane Later for helping you keep the important emails first, Black Hole for keeping those awful emails out of the way, and Sane Reminders for reminding you at the right time of certain emails. And the tool is really powerful and works with all clients and devices. It also gets some great shout outs there in the productivity community for keeping those emails away from your inbox and saving on users an average 3 to 4 hours a week. You can check out the discount below. Big thanks to Sanebox for sponsoring today's feature.
So the first, daily planners. They're a sort of new type of to-do list, and they've evolved from the fact that to-do list applications have very much become stale in the last few years. And what I mean by that is very simply that they don't really interact with you. A to-do list application traditionally is a list view that just helps you to coordinate and plan some tasks you're working on. Whereas there has been a gap in the market in the last few years where they sort of interact with you more, they could interact with you more, and that's where the daily planner was born. So a daily planner is an application that would handhold you in terms of helping you plan your day and helping you to view that in a more calendar-based structure. So more recently, we've seen applications like Akiflow, Sansama, Motion, and even Routine come to the flow because of this trend. And what they do really well is more manage your day for you and your week versus just being very static, allowing you to put stuff there. So here's a good example. Sansama will basically take you through planning a full day. It'll take you through whether you're overworked or overloaded and whether you're planning your time effectively in your calendar. So you'll notice that the experience is a lot more premium, and the price reflects that traditionally. Sansama, Motion, and Akiflow all over $15 a month, versus a traditional application like Todoist, which is, I believe they've bumped their pricing to $5 per month. So you can see the difference in pricing, but you can see the difference in how they interact with you as an end user. The other element of this is the calendar element. Both Motion, Akiflow, and even Routine have got more of a calendar experience in there. You could argue that apps like TickTick and Todoist do have two-way integration, but not like these other applications where they really connect your calendar to your tasks, helping you to do things like time blocking or time batching with your calendar and managing that view as well. So they go that step further with calendar, and they sort of take you a little few steps beyond. Daily planners as well are traditionally better built in my experience. You know, if you look at the apps like Motion, Sansama, Akiflow, and Routine, structurally they are a lot nicer to look at, and it's because they are charging a higher premium price because of the features that they embed. So they're able to work more aggressively on a sort of wrapping or onboarding experience that these to-do list apps can't traditionally do. So you're probably wondering which is right for you. You've got all of these applications, and it's difficult to choose. First off, the pricing is a pretty fundamental place to start. If it's out of your budget, it's out of your budget. A lot of these applications, Akiflow a good example, are charging $15 per user per month. So this pricing will be a lot for a lot of people, but it depends on whether you're combining services that you already use. You know, you're dropping another app for this one, and those matched pricing brings it to the same sort of level, or maybe even less, or whether it's really suitable for you. Normally the best suggestion I would say is look at your context. So if you're self-employed and you finding it tricky to manage tasks and you have the budget to do it and you can normally see a noticeable improvement, then something like this might be good for you. But if you're someone that works for somebody else and maybe an employee and you only use it for light management of that, unless you're looking to progress in your career or you're looking to get more organized for a set goal, then it's sometimes more difficult to be able to adjust the pricing for that. But then it's really up to you. It's always a good place to start with the budget. So what I recommend is daily planners are better for folks who need a bit more support, but a little bit more focus on the calendar side of stuff. If you're someone that time blocks quite routinely, these applications are really good for you, and they do a good job of sort of supporting you through difficult management choices. When I moved, for example, from Todoist to Sunsama, I found there was a lot of weight lifted because I was able to get sort of support when I was opening up my day, focusing on the right stuff. Whereas with Todoist, it sort of just spiraled sometimes into a long list of things on my backlog. Whereas I find with Sunsama, there's that slight differentiation. So it really depends on how you work. If you find yourself, you work well with to-do list applications, then I would stick with that. To-do list applications are really, really good at what they do, in my opinion. I feel like they're one of the best value for money. If you're spending the same amount of a coffee on managing your to-do list for the premium experiences and you're using them, I think it's such a good value for money. But I would only recommend daily planners more for people who are looking to sort of progress with their productivity. And I would traditionally say that for those who are changing careers to something more independent and something that they need that sort of next level of support. That's my sort of take on it. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's feature. Please do subscribe to the Keep Productive YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Thanks to Sanebox for sponsoring today's video. Cheerio!